Alright, next up I want to show you some camera movements. So I made this little scene with 3 objects in it so that we can use them to rotate and pan the camera around it. So in all these different views, if you look at the top, front and right orthogonal views, the controls work very much the same, where if you use the right mouse button and you drag, you will you'll pan the screen around. And this will feel very intuitive once you start doing it. And for the same orthogonal views, zooming in and out, you can use both the mouse scroll wheel, and it'll zoom in sort of discrete steps, and same with zoom out. If you want to do more of a smooth zoom, you can use control right mouse button, and that'll give you a very smooth zoom. You'll notice that if you zoom in, it uses the position of the mouse button to see where you're going to zoom in. So you sort of pick a point where you want to zoom to, and you can use that. And as soon as you hit like the bottom of the screen, the mouse will actually pop up, so you can keep scrolling in and out almost till forever. Then on the perspective view, if you use right mouse button, you're actually rotating the camera. So drag right to move things to the right, drag left to drag things to the left. But this rotates the camera instead of panning the scene. To pan, you'll have to hold shift while using the right mouse button. And now you can see we're moving the camera up, down, left and right without rotating. Zooming on this point is the same as on the others. You can use your scroll wheel to zoom in with these discrete steps, or control right click will do the same thing with a smooth zoom. You'll notice though that with perspective, if you're using the control zoom, you're also using kind of the zoom to a particular point. If you want to use a zoom that doesn't go to a specific point, you can use Alt and right click, and see now we're not actually moving the camera. Even if I point at this very corner, we're still zooming in on the existing zoom point, or the existing where the camera is pointing at. If I go back to control right clicking, you'll see that I'm zooming closer to the point where I originally started clicking. So that'll show you sort of how to move around the scene. If you want to zoom to a specific object, you can click that object and click here, zoom selected. It's under the set view tab. That'll zoom in right to this screen, up to the point where you're really right on top of it. If you click zoom extends, you're going to go back to all of your objects. You can see here that in the perspective tab, if it's a little dark colored tab, that means that's the one that's activated. If I click on top, this one becomes activated. So this basically determines on where all these different commands are going to be activated. So if I click on top and then zoom extends, I'm going to zoom extend within the top view. Here I can do the same thing on the front view and the right view.